good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is Tyrus Bane. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy, where today I will be talking about how a link between Modelo-19, hokey pokey, and cardiac illness may be getting clearer. All right. Now, I'm getting my information, just so y'all know, YouTube. Okay, Susan Wojcicki and them, all you little moderators who kick in on the algorithm and try to take me out because I'm talking about Modelo-19 and whatnot. This is from an article. This information, I got this from an article from CNN. All right, and the information I'm going to give you comes from the CDC, Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. Okay, so this is not something that I'm pulling out of my ass. This is some shit. I took notes. This is coming straight from CNN, from the CDC. What's good, Gusto? So, and I'm just giving the information to the people. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's very important information, and that's all I'm doing, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So don't be trying to take my channel down because I'm stating what's in this motherfucking article. You understand what I'm talking about? So anyway, it's very interesting, guys, because I mean, many people have gotten this Modelo-19 hokey pokey, right? And y'all bear with me. If y'all don't know by now what a hokey pokey is, you know, you'll get the gist of it when I start talking about it. Because if you say the V word, right, the algorithm will kick in, and then these moderators come in, and if you're not giving shining reviews and if you're not like propping this hokey pokey up to be like anointed from God, like a savior medication or a miracle drug that's going to save everybody's lives, then they'll give you a strike. Yeah, Alan Powell. No joke at all. No joke at all. But we're going to get into this, man, because I think it's very important because of the age group that it's affecting, okay? Because we know they just opened up the availability for the hokey pokey to kids that are like 16 years old, and pretty soon they're going to do it for I think between 12-year-olds and toddlers and all that stuff. So it's very important that we get this information out. All right, so that's what I'm doing. Straight from this article, this is where I'm getting my information from. There ain't no conspiracy theory. Ain't none of that cracking. You understand what I'm saying? I'm giving the information to the people so they understand and have the knowledge, and they can make decisions for themselves based on the information from the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. All right, so let's get this going. So the CDC says there has been an higher than expected number of cases of a heart ailment among young people from the second dose of the hokey pokey. Now, this is both in Pfizer and Moderna. All right. Now, according to the report, it says that the reports are rare, right? Rare. And most patients who received care responded well to medicine and rest. It quickly felt better. This is a quote straight from the article, straight from the report. Now, key word to me here is most. Most patients who received care responded well to the medicine and rest. Now, who define most for me? All right, define most for me, because what you're doing is these people, they're offering lotteries, incentives, all kind of things for people to take this hokey pokey. This has never been done in the history of this country or the world, where they're begging people to take the hokey pokey. They're doing, all these celebrities are putting on this campaign. The president, they're taking shots in front of people on national television. That's allegedly the hokey pokey, right? They really want you very badly to get this hokey pokey, okay? And, there has not been a lot of testing done prior to the hokey pokey being distributed among the people, all right, being put out there. They used emergency use authorization. It was not approved by the FDA. Emergency use authorization, meaning that, because we're in a pandemic, in a in a so-called pandemic and we're in a crisis, a health crisis, they can do certain things, right? And it's not just, with untested hokey pokies. So it takes a long time to really know what the efficacy or dangers of a hokey pokey might be. It takes up to 10 years, even longer than that for some. And they have to keep tweaking it and doing little different things. But this came out, they started giving this to people 9 months after they started developing it. 9 months. All right, listen, I'm just telling y'all, man. Let me see what's up in here. Omar AS was good. Oh, you just got offered the hokey pokey in London? Hey, man, do what you got to do. Oh, yeah, Oscar the Grouch, one of my favorite Sesame Street characters. Yeah, what's up, 3J? Yep, Modelo-19. You can't, I can't say this, I can't say the C word. I can't say the C word. Anyway. All right. Now, this report came out on June 1st. Now, that's different than the report from 2 weeks ago, according to this article. 2 weeks before that, not 2 weeks ago, but 2 weeks before that June 1st report, they said that the rates of myocarditis, which is what the ailment is, okay? Myocarditis is the inflammation of the heart tissue, all right? Now, what this does is it's an inflammation. It makes your heart swell up. And then this causes things like increased heart rate, blood pressure, palpitations, because it's swelling up and it's like there's a lot of pressure on it because of the rib cage and all that other shit. So it makes your heart swell up, all right, which can be a problem, all right? So that's what inflammation of the heart, all right? Now, they said 2 weeks before this June 1st report that the rates of myocarditis inflammation were not higher among people who were hokey pokey. Then, they weren't higher among those people as opposed to people who aren't hokey pokey. All right. So, now it's a whole different story. Now it's a different story because that rate is going up. The more people get hokey pokeyed, the more that they're discovering that this is occurring. Okay. Just so y'all know. As a matter of fact, the Israeli health minister says there is a likelihood of a link, in quotes, likelihood of a link between the second dose of the hokey pokey and myocarditis, mostly among males between ages 16 and 30. Ages 16 and 30. That's very young. And now let's put things in perspective. Fucking phone calls. Now, males between 16 and 30 years old. Let's put things into perspective here. So, there is a risk of among men between ages 16 and 30 years old getting myocarditis after getting the hokey pokey, right? But when it comes to who the Modelo-19 affects the most, who does it affect the most? Who is most likely to die or become severely ill from the Modelo-19 itself? Motherfuckers like 70, 80, 90 years old. If you're 16 to 30 years old, the likelihood of you becoming very ill or dying from Modelo-19 are very slim. But it's more likely that you will be having the myocarditis, according to this article, right? There's a likelihood of a link between the hokey pokey and myocarditis in guys ages 16 to 30. I'm just telling you what the article says. I'm just telling you what the report says. YouTube, because I know how y'all do. What's up, AZ Russian? Omar AZ says, AS says, they said that the hokey pokey passport will be needed for a football event coming up. Yeah, I won't be going to any football games. They can miss me with that shit. All right? Here they calling me. Yeah, there's a spam calls. They got near spam. Like, come on, man. I'm trying to spread some truth here. Anyway, so that, just so y'all know, I'm putting this information out here just so people can know what's going on. That's all I'm doing. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm not advising anybody of anything. I'm not telling anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I'm just putting the information out. All right. Now, the June 1st report from the Advisory Committee of Immunization Practices. Now, this is very important that I put that out there because of something that's going to be coming up later. Within 30 days of the second dose, there was a higher number of observed than expected with myocarditis, pericarditis cases in 16 to 24-year-olds. Okay, now that's in quotes. And what's in quotes? There was a higher number of observed than expected with myocarditis, pericarditis cases in 16 to 24-year-olds. That was all in quotes from the report, right? Given by the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. All right. Just so y'all know. Straight from the goddamn article, which I will post in the link in the description. Straight from this report. And I also I will post the report into the description as well. YouTube. You know how y'all get down. Let's see. Alan Powell says they call me crazy for choosing to have the sniffles for a few days instead of getting experiment performed. Yeah, miss me with that. Oh, everything's all good, AZ Russian. I'm doing me. Tim Too Much says off topic, but did you see Minor Mouse with his tights? Shadow boxing every time someone came by. Yeah, man, that's what he does, man. He's been wearing them things. To me, it's highly inappropriate. Walking around in public where kids can be walking around with your little tights on as a man. That's just weird to me. Y'all remember back in the 80s? It was weird to me that grown-ass men were wearing biker shorts. Okay? Wearing biker shorts outside in the 80s. Right? I was like, man, I said that I don't want to see that shit. And they had the little fanny packs on. He might as well put on a fanny pack. He going back to the 80s with that shit. Anyway. And I'm glad you brought that up, Tim Too Much, because he stay on some bullshit. Anyway. Now, it's very important. This is very important for y'all to know, right? The CDC wants everybody to know that the Advisory Committee on immunization practices is an outside group of physicians that advise the CDC but doesn't represent the CDC. Okay, just so y'all know, they don't represent the CDC. They just advise the CDC, and they're the ones who came up with this report. So they gave it to the CDC at the request of the CDC, but they don't represent the CDC. Just so y'all know that. They're very important for them to put that in that article. The CDC, this is also important that you know this, right? The CDC has not said that the cases of the heart ailment is higher than expected. The CDC itself, right? As a matter of fact, the CDC says the benefits of the hokey pokey outweigh known potential risk, including the risk of myocarditis and pericarditis. They are reviewing to see if there is a relationship between the hokey pokey and myocarditis. Y'all just need to know that, okay? For posterity's sake, and so that, for the YouTube algorithm, the CDC has said that they say, this is according to the CDC, the benefits of the hokey pokey outweigh known potential risks, including the risk of myocarditis or pericarditis. They are reviewing to see if there is a relationship between myocarditis and guess what? The hokey pokey. Even though the advisory committee they recruited to do this report has said that. Anyway, what's good, Black Spring with Autumn? Yeah, the rat is feeling the pressure. Yeah, so just so y'all know, man. So some things that we should take away from this. I feel there's some things we should take away from this. There is a possible, right? There's a growing evidence, according to this report, that there is a link between the second dose of the hokey pokey and myocarditis, which is a heart ailment, right? Swelling of the heart. There is growing evidence of a link between that and the second dose of the hokey pokey in men between ages 16 and 30, according to the Israeli Ministry of Health, and 16 and 24, according to this advisory committee. Okay. So with that in mind, those at greater risk, right, of suffering, greatly from the Modelo-19 are those who are like elderly, right? Those are the ones most likely to suffer serious illness and die from that. Not saying that the people younger aren't dying and aren't getting sick from it. Just saying that it's a greater risk for those of the older persuasion. But it seems like the risk of getting the myocarditis are in the younger people. So you take that as you will. You take that as you will. I would take it, I myself take it as, there's, as a young man, do I really need the hokey pokey? I'm just asking the question. I'm not advising anybody. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying, as a 16 to 24 or 30-year-old, I would think that maybe, I don't think I need this hokey pokey. I think I'll just, I think I'll be all right. I'll exercise. I'll eat right. I'll get some sunlight. I'll get my vitamins in. You know what I'm saying? And then, I think I'll be okay. And if I catch it, I'll just, I'll ride it out. Probably. I'll probably survive. Let's see. All right. So three. What's up with Christopher Alexander? Was good. I'm 27 and thinking the same thing. I'm just saying, man. I'm 41 and I still think the same thing. I still think I'm good. I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right. So that's just me. But yeah, it's funny that somebody mentioned Minor Mouse yesterday, or mentioned him today in regards to his old live stream yesterday. I saw that live stream and he was talking, and he was talking about this cat, the Muay Thai guy, okay? How they were cool and they talking all this other stuff. And so it's funny because I talked to the Muay Thai guy as well. I actually use his program to stay sharp with my Muay Thai, because I haven't been able to go to my Muay Thai gym. So, now me and Muay Thai guy, we ain't like best friends or anything like that. But I do have conversations with him on the regular, via Facebook Messenger. And he was also supposed to review or interview me, because he was doing this interview thing, like for people who use his, the Fighter's Body program, because I had completed every session of his program and all that stuff. And so he wanted to interview me and see what I thought about it. So, we cool. We ain't like the best of friends, but, Mighty Mouse has expressed that, they were cool and they talk a lot and all this other shit. So I decided to hit up the Muay Thai guy and ask him about that. And he did mention that that he had talked to him one time. Mighty Mouse was asking him about going to Thailand, what it would take to go to Thailand and what that would be like. He said, and then they were supposed to talk on the phone after that, but he never called him, right? Like Mighty Mouse never followed up with the phone call. And then I just felt like, I gave him all the information I knew about Mighty Mouse, and all that other stuff. And I even told him that Mighty Mouse was making it look like y'all cool and that y'all talk a lot. So I felt the need to pass you this information just so you know he's putting your name out there. And you know there's association shit going on. You know what I'm saying? When you attach somebody's name to somebody, there's some type of association. You don't want to be tangled up in that if you don't want to. And that's the same reason I had did that interview with Babu, because he was name dropping Babu and making it seem like Babu was hooking him up with Snoop Dogg and all this other shit. So I felt the need to let Babu know this guy who is a convicted sex offender, right, who lied about his age and was lying about all the details and is out there just handling it all wrong, you know, threatening people and, you know, say he don't owe explanations, all this shit. So I felt the need to tell the Muay Thai guy, you know, yo, this is what's going on. He's name dropping you, and you know, you might want to know what's going on. So, yeah, I just feel like I needed to pass the information along. Talking big shit. That's funny. Ellen Believer says, I know the same never happened, hokey pokey. Yeah. He also said he's real quiet about Babu now, but he won't name drop the OG in no more. He damn sure not. As a matter, I think somebody asked him about that. Somebody told me somebody asked him about that Babu interview, and he said he don't watch YouTube. So, you know, whereas with Coolio, he was like, oh, I'll kick his ass. He just jumping ship, you know. But I thought somebody had mentioned that wasn't it you, Gusto, who said that Mighty Mouse said that Babu was clout chasing? Tim Too Much says Chomo lies about everything. I've been in MMA for a long time, and all my connections said he ain't got no pay-per-view fight coming up. I mean, I never believed that. But he don't, because now he has to get this brain MRI, which may be true. It might be true in the state of Louisiana that you have to get a brain MRI after the age of 40. But that might be just something that, this is some good shit. I found something out that I can use to, you know, as an excuse not to get in this fight because I don't really have one. And then he's still waiting on his pro card. So how do you have a fight? I don't really, I've never been a pro, but can you even set up a pro fight without having a pro card first? Or can you be like, well, let's set up this pro fight. I got a pro card coming within the next couple months. I don't know. Yeah, Gus, so that was you. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's all good, Gusto. Yeah, I mean, I thought that would be something he'd say too, but you know, I think he knows. I think he knows that line he can't cross, and I think that he feels like Coolio's a sucker. That's why he was talking shit about Coolio like that. But Coolio is not a sucker. Coolio is actually a gang member. You know what I'm saying? From a I forgot what the name of the park is, but a Crip gang in Compton. So, you know, he's legit tied to a gang. Shout out to Clouds, what's good, man? Tim Too Much. No, you have to get a pro card, but anybody can get a pro card. Right. Yeah. So I mean, look, we know what type of dude he is. We know what he's out here doing, what he's out here saying. We know he is not credible at all. So it is what it is, man. You know. Yeah, he's not a sponsor. No, I don't imagine that anybody would sponsor his ass at all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's all I got for you guys, man. Just so y'all know, I will post a link to the article in the description, and I will also post the report. I'll also put that in the description so you guys can go through that yourselves, and so that YouTube ain't trying to say I'm a conspiracy theorist and making shit up and try to take my channel down. Shout out to Cloud says you're doing some good work, IRL. I appreciate that, man. That's what I try to do, man. That's why I try to stay focused on, man, because there's just too much bullshit going around in the world today, and I feel like in the sea of bullshit, God damn it, there has to be some corn floating. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. There's a sea of bullshit going on, and we just have to keep it real, man. So that's what I'm here for. I'm not perfect, none of that. I'm just, but I damn sure ain't a child molester. That's for damn sure. And I definitely don't support child molesters. And I definitely don't appreciate the government trying to force people to take treatment that they don't want to take by manipulating them and dangling a carrot or threatening them with the stick. You know what I'm saying? All this forced hokey pokeys and testing this, all this, that, and the third, trying to make that a part of the normal way of life. I don't appreciate that, man. So I'm gonna point out all the bullshit that I see. And this right here, the link between, myocarditis and the hokey pokey, man, that's very serious. That's very serious. Who knows what else it can do? Who knows what else this thing is going to do to people, man? Right? And they're even talking about like this type of technology that they're doing with this. It's not even a hokey. It's not even a V, right? Technically, it's like a software program or something like that. A program where they program your DNA to do different things. So beware of that. When they start talking about manipulating the DNA and all this other stuff, that's when you want to be like, okay, what's going on here? Because that's exactly what they're doing. This thing is writing instruction to your DNA. And they're talking about making this like a cure-all thing for like cancer, sickness, colds, all kind of stuff. So just when they start talking that type of shit, just be wary of that, man. Beware of what you put in your body, man. And it just sounds way too similar to like a premise in the novels I'm writing. I already wrote a book. It's called the Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. It's on Amazon right now, and I'm telling you, so what they're talking about with this software of life, a lot similar to the idea I had about what caused the disease in my in my stories, in the novels I'm writing, because initially there was a disease that was going around, and they came up with this type of cure-all, treatment that they would put inside you that would like monitor. It's like it becomes an intricate part of your immune system, right? But it's like they're sentient, right? It's not like, it's like it has a mind of its own, or it responds like your immune system in your body, but it operates much quicker and a lot more efficiently, right? It operates a lot more efficiently than your normal immune system. It boosts your immune system. It augments your immune system in a way that you'll never, like, before you even think your body thinks that it's going to get sick, it destroys whatever is causing that sickness right away. But at the same time, it also has this dormant instruction inside of it that when a certain frequency hits it, okay, then it turns on you and turns you into a mindless cannibal that's decaying and wants to. It's a trip, but I don't play with stuff like that, man. Let me see. Let's see. 10 Too Much says someone came out and said that this has been a plan of the government since the 80s to get rid of a lot of the population. Yeah, I mean, in a fiction novel, right? Absolutely. 10 Too Much. Alan Powell says, I knew something was wrong when they made it impossible to sue the manufacturer for complicated. I mean, but that's the thing. You couldn't sue the manufacturer for the hokey pokey. That's why they have a hokey pokey injury court. That you got to go through that system, and it's very difficult to prove to that court system. But it's paid out billions of dollars. It's paid out billions of dollars to people because of hokey pokey injuries and deaths from other types of hokey pokeys. Let's see. Alan Powell says if Ford makes a car that isn't safe, you can sue them, but not with the hokey pokey. It doesn't make. Yeah, I mean, that's just what it is. And if that's the case, cause they know there's going to be problems. That's why they do that. That's why they put those protections out there. And that's why they protect the police like that, because they know the police are going to be terrorizing people. They know that there's going to be police brutality. So they put these things out there ahead of time to mitigate all that, to mitigate the blowback. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. The local Texas TV station is hired a staff to delete comments on YouTube. Now it's getting serious. Oh, that's crazy, Shawnee Clouds. That's crazy. Alan Powell says it's also a violation of the doctor's oath to give you something they know can, yeah, first do no harm, right? That's the Hippocratic oath. That's the first line. First do no harm. Tim Too Much says Ronald Reagan famous words: "If you hear, we are from the government and we are here to help." Yeah, he said the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." So anyway, much love, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Again, I put the links in there. Once it's actually, I don't think I have to wait until the video runs. I can go ahead in the YouTube studio and get it and do it. But anyway, much love. Like, share, subscribe. Holla at y'all later. And yeah, y'all stay marching toward freedom, man. Peace.